SVG-TV News headlines sponsored in part by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD, and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
In the headlines, PM Gonzalez reaffirms SVG's diplomatic ties with Taiwan. Massive human trafficking bust at a church in Trinidad described as frightening and disturbing. U.S. White House vows to boycott impeachment inquiry against President Trump. And in sports, Trinbago Knight Riders captain Kieran Pollard says last Sunday's playoff win was an ideal boost for the team heading into tomorrow's semi-final clash in CPL 2019. These and other stories coming up in SVG-TV's Evening News and Sports.
That was the news headline sponsored in part by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD, and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Good evening and welcome to SVG-TV News and Sports for Wednesday, October 9th, 2019. I am Yvette Bowens with the details. Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves has reaffirmed this country's friendship and ties with the government and people of the Republic of China on Taiwan. The Prime Minister was at the time addressing the 108th National Day reception hosted by the Taiwanese Embassy at the Methodist Church Hall yesterday. SVG established relations with Taiwan in 1981, and both countries have enjoyed a fruitful relationship over these years. The opposition New Democratic Party has, however, expressed that if it is to form government, they will cut ties with Taiwan and establish relations with mainland China, adopting the One China policy. In his remarks at the reception last evening, PM Gonzalez said his government will maintain relations with Taiwan, a position which he said is supported by two former prime ministers.
3 of us have been prime minister of this country for all except 5 months. And 3 of us, one is dead, Milton Keto, and the other 2 who are alive. We agree on this. That's why Sir James is here and I am here. So, I want it to be absolutely clear. If you think that you who have not studied this question as well as Milton Keto and Sir James and Ralph, and you want to substitute your judgment for ours, you can do so, because that would be your right. But I'm advising you that it would be dangerous, reckless, irresponsible to ignore such wise advice of Cato, Mitchell, and Ralph.
PM Gonzalez said SVG has reaped tremendous benefits from its relationship with Taiwan, particularly infrastructure such as the Argyle International Airport, the Rabaka Bridge, and the National Library. He said Taiwan's investment in SVG can also be seen in education.
60 or 70 or 80 students who are over there, you going to send them to Beijing? You going to disturb them? I'm not saying nobody must go and study in Beijing, you know. There's a tremendous civilization, the Chinese, of which Taiwan is part. Or what is going to happen? For each scholarship, it's about $250,000 minimum. So you have 100 students. going to take $25 million and pay for them there? All those are questions which sensible people have to answer. Not people whose feet are firmly planted in the sky. Talking about people who are grounded in the real world of St. Vincent and the Grenadines and who understand how to run government.
While congratulating the Republic of China on its 108th National Day, Prime Minister gave the assurance that SVG can be counted on as a supporter of the government and people of Taiwan.
I want to say thanks. You know, in the countryside, you know what used to be said? You know, in the old days, Your Excellency, we used to go, we grow cattle, and you milk them yourself, and you have the bucket. And an analogy what old people gave you. The bucket is full with milk. You want to kick it over? I don't think so. Everyone can rely on St. Vincent and Grenadines at the Security Council to respect the Charter of the United Nations, to respect all peoples all over the world, and to go for peace, prosperity, and security. Thank you very much, and God bless your nation.
Church leaders have been encouraged to be a beacon of light to the nation, while members of the public have been challenged to love one another more. These challenges were issued at Monday's National Day of Prayer rally at Heritage Square. Also at the rally, songs of thanksgiving and praise were offered. In his remarks at the rally, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves said the Bible commands persons to love their neighbors as they do themselves, noting that this love can prevent many of the problems in society today.
We don't love our neighbor as we love ourselves. We get into the habit of loving in the general. It's an easy thing to do, you know. When you love generally, it's an opportunistic love. You don't have any pain to suffer, you know. But when you love in the specific, you rejoice in the goodness of people, and you feel the pain and suffering because you love. When something bad happens to them or they do something bad. Everybody has to develop this like a noise in our blood and an echo in our bones. To love in the specific. If we love our neighbor as we love ourselves, we're really not going to have some of the problems which we have.
Also delivering remarks at the rally was leader of the opposition, Dr. Godwin Friday. He said there are many challenges which face the nation, including violent crimes and escalating incidents of rape. The opposition leader called on spiritual leaders to provide the necessary guidance and hope to citizens.
Church leaders, I urge you to be our moral compass, to help us as a nation to chart safe course forward. Let your churches, our churches, be not only our refuge from the storms of life, but also a beacon shining brightly so that we can see from afar where we as people must go. At this time in our nation's history, moral leadership is in high demand. We look to our spiritual leaders as shining examples to light the path, to give guidance and support, and to invigorate the national conscience. We need strong spiritual leaders who will not bend for expedience, who will not compromise the faith for earthly gain, who will stand in the gap for the nation.
Several prayers were offered up for the nation's health and protection against disasters. There were also performances in song and dance. Here is a snippet of some of these performances at the National Day of Prayer rally.
Leaders are ordained and appointed by you. You are the one who bring them up, and you are the one who take them down. And we pray, Heavenly Father, that you would give him the strength, you would give him the courage, you would give him the ability, you would give him the wherewithal. And so, Heavenly Father, if it is your will that he comes to this seat, Father, we pray that he would work and walk well in the interest of all of the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And Heavenly Father, that your name would be lifted up, that this country would prosper and it would grow, that spirituality would run like water in all of our streets. Heavenly Father, because of good godly leaders.
We ask, Lord, that you will defend sweet Haruna. We ask, Lord, that you will put a hedge around your people. We ask that you will cancel the plan of the enemy. We ask, oh God, that whatever device you have put in place, oh God, you would bring it to naught. Because we know, oh God, that as we seek your face, that we have learned that those who come to you, you will no wise cast them away. We have learned, oh God, that you will not withhold anything from those who walk uprightly.
In the name of Jesus, that you will forgive us for neglecting to care for the life you have entrusted us with. The life that you have purposed, especially to do more than we can ask for or imagine. When we go our own way, we wear ourselves down physically and mentally. Other times, we train physically, but we neglect our minds. We neglect our spiritual life. Give us the wisdom, oh God, to seek you first every day.
All those who want to influence and change your design, God, that St. Vincent and the Grenadines is not going to redefine family to be the union between any two persons. It's not going to happen in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So, Father, I pray, God, and I pray, God, that our policymakers will stand bold and take the decision. And even though we lose aid, God, let us stand on principles. Let us stand on moral grounds. Let us stand for righteousness. In Jesus' name, amen.
Speakers of houses of assembly, prominent parliamentarians, and experts from across the region will come together here on Monday, October 14th, 2019 for a regional parliamentary workshop. The one-day workshop will focus on promoting the implementation of international biological security frameworks. It is being held in conjunction with Global Affairs Canada and will also include relevant government ministry representatives. During this workshop, participants will identify and assess steps that parliamentarians can take to promote biological security through the implementation of relevant international treaties and other frameworks. The workshop is scheduled to begin at 9:30. Close to 70 traditional cannabis cultivators in the North Leeward area were updated on the status of the SVG medicinal cannabis industry at a meeting on Tuesday. A release from the Medical Cannabis Authority said its Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Gerald Thompson, updated the farmers on several issues, including the banking solution the MCA has found for the industry, the seed-to-sale system, seed bank, lab testing facility, the importance of good agricultural practices, and having a top-quality product. The MCA said Dr. Thompson also provided an update on the issue of lands for cultivators who do not have their own, telling the farmers that plans are afoot to make available to them several acres of crown land. The news release said the farmers, for their part, were vocal particularly about the question of when the amnesty would be declared. The Cannabis Cultivation Amnesty Act provides for the granting of an amnesty for a specific time period to persons engaged in the cultivation of cannabis, contrary to the provisions of Section 8 of the Drug Prevention of Misuse Act, who may otherwise be liable to prosecution. During such time, persons will be able to sell cannabis that they already have on hand to a licensed investor with the Medical Cannabis Authority. The authority's CEO is said to have reassured the cultivators that the amnesty will be declared when the authority is satisfied that all the necessary conditions are in place to facilitate this process. Tuesday's meeting formed part of the MCA's ongoing and continuous efforts to engage traditional cannabis cultivators to ensure that they become major players in the licit SVG medicinal marijuana industry. Similar sessions are planned for the windward side of the island. PSU opposes housing of prisoners at Mental Health Rehabilitation Center. This and other stories coming up when we return with more local news. Stay with us.
Local news sponsored in part by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD, and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
A funeral service should be one that you can be proud of, one that leaves lasting memories of your loved ones. And that's where you need the New Haven Funeral Home. When you walk through our doors, our work begins. From corsages, to flowers, to guest books, whatever you need to make that funeral a memorable one. We are proud of the quality and class we have brought to the industry. We are proud for having trained the very first certified embalmers in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are proud of leading the way in terms of live streaming of funerals online so that your family members overseas could also be part of the celebration of life. We are constantly improving our services. We are driven by customer satisfaction, and we are proud of all that we do.
New Haven Funeral Home, helping families preserve memories.
C-Star Limited is now located on the third floor of the first St. Vincent Bank building. They have extended their range of products to furniture, including patio sets, closets, shoe casing, beds and mattresses, TV cabinets, and kitchen cupboards, just to name a few of their luxurious pieces, all at unbelievable prices. Don't just take my word for it. Check them out upstairs the first St. Vincent Bank building. Don't forget, they still have the best in windows, doors, burglar bars, rails, and vanities. C-Star Limited, where quality and style is our motto.
Kidney disease is a growing concern around the world and here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Chronic kidney disease is a life-threatening condition which occurs when a person's kidneys are no longer able to clean the toxins and waste products from the blood or perform other kidney functions normally. When this happens, a person needs dialysis. Dialysis is where a machine takes over the function of the kidney and safely removes the poisonous waste from the blood. Since 2012, Health Solutions Inc. has operated a full-service hemodialysis facility in SVG that offers state-of-the-art equipment, courteous, well-trained staff, and a comfortable treatment environment.
We're encouraging for early detection. Anyone who is either diabetic or hypertensive and has any questions or concerns, please contact us at 784-451-2836 or visit us at www.healthsolutionssvg.org.
Once again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Courts today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
Welcome back. The St. Vincent and the Grenadines Public Service Union, the PSU, says it strongly opposes any action by the Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment to house prison inmates at the Mental Health Rehabilitation Center. In a statement, the PSU's General Secretary Philip Bailey said they have been informed that there is an attempt by the ministry to house certain prisoners at the mental health institution, some of whom have been charged for murder. The PSU said there is no suitable facility at the institution for accommodating such patients, noting that they are convinced that the workers will be at risk if such action is allowed. The Public Service Union General Secretary said they have written to the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health requesting an urgent meeting to discuss the issue. On Thursday, October 3rd, 3 accused murderers Maverick Joseph, Calvin Johnson, and Kisan Kane, who were previously being held at Her Majesty's prisons, were transferred to the Rehabilitation Center following a court order which required them to undergo psychiatric evaluation. Joseph, 20 of Belmont, is awaiting trial in connection with the May 2, 2016 murder of Police Constable Giovanni Charles of New Montrose, who died after being stabbed at the Belmont Government School, while Johnson, 29, is charged with the May 1, 2014 murder of his father, Calvin Jacobs, a 56-year-old Mason, also of Bible, and Arson Small, who is said to be charged with burglary. Persons suffering with mental illness deserve love and care and not discrimination. So says Ward Manager at the Mental Health Rehabilitation Center, Melissa Stowe, who was speaking with SVG-TV News at an open day at the center yesterday, which was held to highlight the unique talents and skills of the patients as part of activities to observe Mental Health Awareness Week. World Mental Health Day will be celebrated this Thursday under the theme Mental Health Promotion and Suicide Prevention. The week's activities began with a church service on Sunday and continued on Monday with a visit to the Beckwith Community High and Seventh-day Adventist Secondary Schools on Monday. Other activities for the week include a radio discussion, a session with students of the St. Vincent Grammar School, and an exhibition on Thursday at the Ministry of Health car park. Speaking about Tuesday's open day activity, Ward Manager Stowe said the programs at the center are crafted in such a way to help patients be independent when they return to their respective communities.
Tuesday we have our open day, which is basically where we have the patients displaying crafts that they would have made throughout the year. So we have some bags, we have some art being displayed and other craft activities. We don't just teach these patients the skills for them to have it put down. We are teaching them so that they can make a living. So what we want for them is instead of going out and being on the streets or just being at home, they have something to occupy them. And when the public sees what the patients can do, we are hoping that they would place their orders for the patients to make particular items for them and generate some income.
Stowe said the open day activity also goes a long way in providing therapy for the patients when they can interact with their family and friends.
Our patients feel ostracized, they feel stigmatized and discriminated against. So when the public comes in, they interact with them, it gives them a sense of community. They feel a sense of normalcy. So the human touch is very important. It cannot be overstated. We want to get away from this feeling that we have that I have noted, where the public seem to be afraid of the patients because they don't understand mental health and mental illness, right? So as you come in, you visit with the patients, you become more accustomed to interacting with them, and the patients will feel comfortable in interacting with the general public.
Discrimination is an issue which persons affected by mental illnesses must battle with almost daily. The ward manager at the Mental Health Rehabilitation Center said these persons need love, not discrimination.
Mental illness is not selective of who it would affect. It can affect you yourself, it can affect your brother, your sister, your mother, anybody close to you. So we want St. Vincent to come to the point where a mentally ill person is accepted and helped and loved and treated as any other member of the society. We want a situation where the patient can feel brave enough, for want of another word, to go into the health center on a doctor's day and sit with the diabetic or the hypertensive patient who is going to repeat their medication, to get their medication from the district doctors, right? We want the support of the family members to ensure that they take the patients to the district clinic, or if they have an appointment with a mental health outpatient clinic, to ensure that they get their medication. So we want community involvement and an end to stigmatization.
Meanwhile, Counsellor at the Mental Health Rehabilitation Center, Elika Matthews, says work is being done to raise the level of awareness on the issue of mental health and suicide among students. As part of activities to commemorate Mental Health Week, members of staff at the Rehabilitation Center have been engaging students in discussions on these topics. Matthews said they have already met with students at several secondary schools on the mainland and on Beckway in the Grenadines. She said it is their hope that the discussions will help the students be more open about their feelings.
The aim of this caravan is to raise awareness on suicide and suicide prevention. We want students to feel comfortable talking to adults about any thoughts, any suicidal ideation that they may be having currently. So on this caravan, we address self-harm. We're addressing coping skills for persons who might be thinking about suicide, things you should and should not say to somebody who is considering suicides, and signs that persons can look out for that may indicate that a person may be thinking about suicide. We have more schools to cover across St. Vincent. This caravan is going to take us in. We're covering high school. We'll also be covering the St. Vincent Community College and the different divisions therein, in addition to grammar school, St. Martin's Convent, and a few other schools. So basically we want to go into schools, raise awareness, and let students know that they can speak about having suicidal ideation, that they can air their views and talk to somebody and confide in persons, because we want students to understand that there are safe spaces in which they can talk about the thoughts that they may be having.
The SVG Teachers Cooperative Credit Union Limited today awarded 7 persons pursuing tertiary level education with bursaries at an award ceremony held at its headquarters in Kingstown. Speaking at the ceremony, Vice President of SVG Teachers Cooperative Credit Union, Cecile Charles, said that every member of a credit union has a special value and that they will continue to seek ways to assist members and build the credit union.
That when you have completed your course of studies, that you are going to come back to the credit union to be interested in what is going on and to lend that support in terms of leadership. I'm getting old, others would follow, and with the limitations now that you can only do 2 terms and then you retire for a period, we are constantly looking for members to lead the credit union. This noble organization will be around for many, many more years. And we will continue to reach out to you and your children in their quest for personal growth and development as we broaden our own horizon. So today, you are receiving support from the Teachers Credit Union. You have gone through the process of interviews, and I'll let you know that all of the persons who attended the interviews have been awarded.
Deputy Chief Education Officer Dixon Finlay said he is happy to have partners like the SVG Teachers Cooperative Credit Union awarding scholarships for young Vincentians to pursue higher learning, which is usually expensive.
No matter how small it is, can go a long way. And I'm sure those of you who are receiving 7 persons this morning, it's an ease in your pocket. You will have to pay less to the University of the West Indies or whoever. But I'm hoping that with less pressure, you will be able to focus more on your studies. And as Mr. Charles said, we are looking for leaders. Not only leaders for the credit union, but leaders for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. My only concern is that as we look at the persons who are receiving.
Finlay encouraged the recipients of the bursaries to study hard and to do their best to help build the country.
We have to ensure that what we do, wherever we go, that we build the name of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and we can do that through education. I urge you to study hard and to ensure you do your best. And then when you get your degree, please remember to share your knowledge and to pass on the information to others. Some persons are very selfish, and when they get their qualifications, it is as though they have achieved everything. I can't speak to them anymore. Their heads are in the air. But it is always good to be humble. Don't care how qualified you become. Because education is supposed to change you and to make you a better person. It should not be a tool to make you too proud. Because when you're humble, people respect you more.
The 2019 National Theatre Arts Festival was officially launched yesterday under the theme, Feel the Passion, Experience the Excitement. The festival, now in its 14th year, is again sponsored by the Bank of SVG Limited, which has provided each participating theatre group with funding of 2,000 EC dollars to help with their preparation. This year, there will be 6 rosters of presentations from participating groups, which include Focus Entertainment, Inc., the Division of Nursing Education Performing Arts Club, the Police Drama Club, Urban Expression Theatre, SVG Community College Performing Arts Society, and the Regis Theatre Alliance Group. Representative of the Bank of St. Vincent Limited, Nandy Williams Morgan, said that because of the increase of participating groups this year, they have raised the sponsorship of the festival from $10,000 to $12,000.
This is an indication of our continuous support for the performing arts and culture in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We encourage the participants to learn from their experience, as the tools acquired will assist you in different areas of your lives. You see, the performing arts help to develop discipline, commitment, trust, self-confidence in individuals. I can attest that the performing arts through dance and drama have assisted me in this regard. Further, the performing arts through its various forms, storytelling, drama, dance, music, song, address social issues and bring communities together. We therefore extend an invitation to the public to support the festival. Support your group and you will feel the passion and experience the excitement. On behalf of the Bank of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, I would like to wish the participating groups, the Ministry of Culture, the Coordinating Committee, and all other stakeholders a productive and successful festival.
The show for the 6 different participating groups commences on November 1st and culminates with the National Drama Awards ceremony on December 8th. The 6 participating groups explain what they have to offer on the night of their shows.
Focus will be presenting the play Jumbie Lego, which debuted this April to rave reviews. On All Souls Weekend, commencing November 1st, 2nd and 3rd.
Chapter 2 of last year's Remember the Vow We Made, written by our own Miss Aquila Gonsalves. This play showcases a few years later into the lives of Chiron and Jazari, where she will finally discover his biggest secret.
Mama Their Son. The play aims to highlight all the issues in society. It's based on a religious foundation where a young mother struggles to bring her son in the fear of God.
Torrid Existence, a play written by Mr. David Darkey Williams, story by Sean Frederick. The play actions gives an intimate and realistic insight into the life of an unstable man.
The play Dorothy Challenge will be directed by Ariana St. Louis, myself, for the annual National Drama Festival 2019 and will be accompanied with live band performances by the Past Music Department.
A play written by an American author, Jacob Appel. It is a one-act play which is described as being quirky yet delectable.
Massive human trafficking bust at a church in Trinidad, described as frightening and disturbing. This from the region. When we return, stay with us.
That was a local news segment.
The Everready Funeral Home at French's is your friend in times of grief. With over 40 years' experience, they are prepared to take care of all your funeral arrangements. Embalming, lowering device service, grave mattresses, carpeting, vaults, tombs, and wreaths. Arrangements for television obituaries. Cremation is available upon request. Everready Funeral Home offers the finest in caskets and coffins, local and imported. So, in your time of need, call Everready Funeral Home at any time. 456-1494. Everready Funeral Home, offering service above self.
Juicy, juicy, drink today. Juicy, juicy, same great taste. Juicy, juicy, the original drink. It's a Vinci thing. Get your red and banana, pineapple, juicy cola, orange or apple. Juicy for you and for your neighbor. It's a Vinci thing. Enjoy it juicy, the original Vinci thing. Juicy. Tourism is for me. Tourism is for you. Tourism is everyone's business. Live it, love it, embrace it. Search for Life is back again. Your favorite game. Win house and land. SUV plus 50 grand. 50 and 25 grand. Second and third prize in your hand. So play as much as you can. Monthly prices to be won. Set for life. A brand new house. Set for life. A brand new car. Set for life. $10 for a bet. Live your life with no regrets. Set for life. Did your day done set? Set for life. December 28th. Set for life. Check the lotto machine. Get set for 2019. Set for life. Live all of your dreams. Be a winner. Turn your own keys. Set for life. 26 retail shops and restaurants open now for your convenience. Cruise ship terminal. At the cruise ship terminal. It's a great venue to run for functions. Secure parking, great ambiance. At the cruise ship terminal. At the cruise ship terminal.
Convenient parking at the Kingstown Cruise Ship Terminal and the Geese Compound. The Kingstown Cruise Ship Terminal has 26 retail shops and restaurants with a variety of food offerings. A great secure venue for your function with a great ambience. Also, we offer lock storage service. The Cruise Ship Terminal. Convenience for you.
At the cruise ship terminal. The cruise ship terminal.
Once again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Quartz today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Quartz, bringing value home.
This Hurricane Tip is brought to you by CIBC First Caribbean. Take photos of important documents and secure them in waterproof containers or bags. Make sure to include any insurance policies, property deeds, or mortgage papers.
The regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores, Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Welcome to our news from the region. 6 people have been arrested in Trinidad and Tobago in connection with what is being described as one of the biggest human trafficking busts in the country. A pastor reportedly is among the 6 people held during the bust. The early morning sting operation was conducted by officers of the Special Operations Response Team and the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service at a prominent church in Aruca, the Transformed Life Ministries for Revival and for Rehabilitation. 65 men and 4 women, all TNT nationals, were reportedly found handcuffed in cages. Their ages range from teenagers to senior citizens in their late 60s, early 70s. Police Commissioner Gary Griffith has described what police found at the site as barbaric and similar to modern-day slavery.
Many of these individuals have been in cages, being held against their will, being tortured, being handcuffed, and this obviously is a bigger picture where financial gain is the order of the day. So we are dealing with this, but I think this is probably one of the biggest cracks that we have seen, biggest busts in dealing with human trafficking and virtual modern-day slavery. What I have just discovered, and again, I will assure the public that there will be full transparency in the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service from captain to cook. I am appalled to be informed that there have been reports of this institution a few months ago that was actually sent to the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, and senior officers have actually come to me with the audacity a short while ago to say that they were aware of reports of false imprisonment, and when it is I did the initial investigation, they did not do a thorough search, and where they would have seen persons being held in cages, sometimes for years, and then being aware that they were cages and nothing was actually done. So this matter has gone a little bit further, where it can actually expand into possible investigations taking place with police officers.
Meanwhile, one religious leader is describing the alleged human trafficking bust as frightening and disturbing. Seventh-day Adventist pastor Clive Doughton said news that men and women were found handcuffed and in cages and possibly being held for a ransom left him stunned and somewhat traumatized. According to Pastor Doughton, a former member of the TNT Police Service Commission said the bust is enough to shake the faith of all believers.
I was traumatized when I heard it. I was shocked. And, at one time it had me shaking. I just could not believe it. It just erodes confidence in religious institutions. I mean, sad to say, but that is a fact. It erodes confidence in us. Let me put it that way. So that this is really a very, very tough experience to cope with, especially with, as you mentioned, the dimension of religion being involved. And a member of our, that is what, our profession. It's just crazy stuff.
Jamaica's banana industry remains on high alert following the emergence of the tropical race 4 disease in Colombia. Also known as the Panama disease, it is the most destructive disease to affect bananas and plantains. Jamaica's Agriculture Minister Audley Shaw told Parliament the government is taking several steps to ensure the disease does not enter the country. We hear more in this report.
This is what happens when a banana plant is affected by the tropical race 4 disease, also called the Panama disease. Yellowing of the leaf margins. The yellowing then continues further into the leaf. The leaf also begins to wilt. The stem of an infected plant may also split. That's exactly what's been happening in Colombia since August 8th this year. Though the deadly disease is not present in Jamaica, the country is on alert.
Not a new disease, but what has heightened our response is the fact that this disease has now been reported in the Western Hemisphere for the first time.
The tropical race 4 disease was first identified in Asia in 1964. It spread to the African continent and to the Middle East in 2013.
The fungus spreads through infected plant materials and infested soil particles attached to any such as farm tools, shoes, clothes, animals, and vehicles.
As a result, visitors to the island can bring the fungus to Jamaica. Mr. Shaw says that is why the government has introduced disinfectant mats at international airports and cruise ship piers for travelers to disinfect their shoes before entering Jamaica.
That is why we have prohibited the importation of banana, plantains, and any relatives of this family fresh into Jamaica.
Mr. Shaw says the disease is a serious threat to the production of the crop, with repercussions on livelihoods, since people also depend on it as an important staple food and as a source of income. The opposition spokesman on agriculture, Victor Wright, had a concern.
Having known that this threat is currently in existence, there has been not an increase but a reduction in the allocation to the plant quarantine department to really take on surveillance activities and other activities which are important at our points of entry to control this disease and ensure that it doesn't get here.
We are making the necessary reallocations within the ministry budget to ensure that whatever resources the quarantine division requires, it will get it.
The banana industry is an important contributor to the country's national and rural development.
U.S. White House vows to boycott impeachment inquiry against President Trump. This from the international scene. When we return, stay with us.
That was a regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores, Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Quality products, quality care, low prices, great customer service, all at Q-Care Pharmacy. Q-Care leads the way, providing all your pharmaceutical needs, a variety of personal care products, and so much more. Located on Halifax Street. Telephone number 451-2690. Q-Care Pharmacy, where the Q stands for quality. Jams Car Rental has a fleet of vehicles covering all transportation options you'll need to discover or rediscover SVG. Whether you want to head to the countryside, enjoy a special weekend, or take a trip to one of our national sites, we have just the right vehicle for you. Jams Car Rental, located in Edinburgh. Call us at 485-6620 or 529-6393.
Welcome to Finishing and Furnishing, where a warm and friendly staff awaits you. At Finishing and Furnishing, you feel like you're in a home away from home. You will find a wide range of bedroom, living room, and appliances displayed in a stunning setting. When dealing with furniture, you need to take into consideration the colors of your room. That's why at our Penta Studio, we supply the best in interior and exterior paints. Have wooden furniture? Well, we also have stains, sealers, lacquers to get that matte or gloss finish of your your desire. So give us a call at 457-2206 and come on down to Finishing and Furnishing today and start building the home of your dreams.
Once again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Courts today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
SVG-TV International News segment sponsored in part by Carrez Distribution Limited.
You like doing laundry, right? Nah, I didn't think so. The stains? Oh, nightmare. Thanks to the new Tropic Fresh laundry detergent, doing laundry is now hassle-free. Tropic Fresh removes dirt, cuts through stains, leaves your whites whiter, and your colors brighter. Tropic Fresh has antibacterial agents that kills germs present in your clothing. It's gentle on hands, and the smell? Longer, fresh fragrance. Available in original and lemon scents and in various sizes. Tropic Fresh laundry detergent. Agents and distributors, Carrez Distribution Limited.
Welcome to the international news. The U.S. White House said it will not cooperate with the impeachment inquiry against President Donald Trump. A letter sent to Democratic leaders rejected it as baseless and constitutionally invalid. 3 Democratic-led House committees are investigating President Trump. The inquiry is trying to find out if the president held back aid to Ukraine in exchange for an investigation into Joe Biden, who is running for the Democratic presidential nomination. We hear more in this CNN report.
It's a fraud.
Escalating his standoff with House Democrats, President Trump is refusing to cooperate with the impeachment inquiry. In a letter to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, the White House accuses Democrats of trying to play politics, stating, "Your unprecedented actions have left the president with no choice. In order to fulfill his duties to the American people, the Constitution, the executive branch, and all future occupants of the office of the presidency, President Trump and his administration cannot participate in your partisan and unconstitutional inquiry under these circumstances." A key signal the White House is ready for combat. The administration blocked the U.S. ambassador to the European Union, Gordon Sondland, from telling what he knows about the president's phone call with the leader of Ukraine about Joe Biden. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo was mum on the subject.
Mr. Secretary, why don't you instruct ambassadors on
Thank you all. Good morning. House Democrats warn White House stonewalling won't make their inquiry go away.
The failure to produce this witness, the failure to produce these documents, we consider yet additional strong evidence of obstruction of the constitutional functions of Congress, a co-equal branch of government.
The president tweeted, "Sondland won't be testifying. I would love to send Ambassador Sondland, a really good man and great American, to testify, but unfortunately he would be testifying before a totally compromised kangaroo court," an echo of GOP talking points.
What we see in this impeachment is a kangaroo court, and Chairman Schiff is acting like a malicious Captain Kangaroo.
A source familiar with internal White House discussion said the decision to silence Sondland is part of a new aggressive counter-impeachment strategy. That source told CNN, quote, "The days of playing nice are done." The defiant posture comes even as the president continues to insist his call was perfect.
The people understand it's a scam. They're trying to win an election in 2020 by using impeachment. If you look at that call, it's a perfect call.
Democrats are zeroing in on an exchange of texts between Sondland and a top U.S. diplomat in Ukraine, Bill Taylor, who appeared worried that the administration was holding up aid to Ukraine around the time of Mr. Trump's July 25th call. As I said on the phone, I think it's crazy to withhold security assistance for help with a political campaign. Sondland replied, "Bill, I believe you are incorrect about President Trump's intentions. The president has been crystal clear, no quid pro quos of any kind. I suggest we stop the back and forth by text." Before Sondland sent that response, he called the president. CNN has learned White House and national security officials scrambled to contain the fallout of Mr. Trump's comments on the call, including moving the rough transcript of the conversation to a more secure system. Fellow Republicans see no wrongdoing.
The president's doing his job. President, when you're talking about the hard-earned tax dollars of the American people going to a foreign government, the president's going to make sure that there is no corruption there.
Still, a new Washington Post poll found 58% agree that the impeachment inquiry should have begun, a huge jump from over the summer. Trump ally Senator Lindsey Graham is calling on the president's personal lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, to talk to lawmakers. Giuliani's response, "Love Lindsey, but I am still a lawyer and I will have to deal with privilege." For now, Democrats sound like they want to hear from Sondland first.
This is sort of like a classical Nixon-type Watergate action, which is that the cover-up often becomes even worse than the crime itself. So the White House and the State Department continue to orchestrate this massive cover-up by stopping witnesses that had actually prepared to testify.
And that's the news. Sports is just ahead, but before that, we take a look at the local weather forecast.
SVG-TV International News segment was sponsored in part by Caress Distribution Limited.
You like doing laundry, right? Nah, I didn't think so. The stains? Oh, nightmare. Thanks to the new Tropic Fresh laundry detergent, doing laundry is now hassle-free. Tropic Fresh removes dirt, cuts through stains, leaves your whites whiter, and your colors brighter. Tropic Fresh has antibacterial agents that kills germs present in your clothing. It's gentle on hands, and the smell? Longer, fresh fragrance. Available in original and lemon scents and in various sizes. Tropic Fresh laundry detergent. Agents and distributors, Caress Distribution Limited.
The weather report sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin Premium.
Now for the local weather forecast. Present conditions partly cloudy, winds east at 6 kilometers per hour. Temperature 28.2 degrees Celsius, relative humidity 73%. Barometric pressure 1010.4 millibars, 24-hour rainfall nil. Today's maximum temperature 30.5 degrees Celsius, today's minimum temperature 27.4 degrees Celsius. Sunset today at 5:49 p.m. and sunrise tomorrow at 5:54 a.m. The forecast, fair to partly cloudy with a few scattered showers. And now synopsis. The Atlantic high pressure system is the dominant feature.
The weather report was sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin Premium.
LA Unique Upholstery. Quality at a low cost. We build to suit your needs. Contact us at Redemption Shops 457-0182 or Stony Grounds 453-2089.
Welcome to the evening sports. Captain Kieran Pollard believes Trinbago Knight Riders' crucial win in last Sunday's playoff match could be the turning point for his side as they head into Thursday's massive semi-final against arch-rivals Barbados Tridents. The two-time reigning champions entered the contest against St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots on the back of 4 straight defeats and without a victory in 6 matches, but managed to break the losing streak by chasing down 126 to win by 6 wickets at Guyana National Stadium. Pollard, looking ahead to the encounter at Brian Lara Stadium, said, quote, "I'm hoping this can be the turnaround. We have a couple days rest, we go back in front of our home crowd, and that will spur us on even more," end of quote. Trinbago Knight Riders will be bidding for a place in next Saturday's final against Guyana Amazon Warriors, who played unbeaten in the league phase to win all 10 matches and top the standings. However, the Trinbago Knight Riders will have to break this season's jinx against Tridents, to whom they suffered defeats in both their clashes this season. Pollard, who assumed the captaincy this campaign from injured all-rounder Dwayne Bravo, said it was important to find the right balance for the critical match. 2 Jamaican athletes who have secured a medal at the just concluded World Championship are happy they have cemented their names in the history of Jamaican athletics. We hear more in this TVJ report.
World Championship silver medalist Frederick Dakers was all smiles on his return to the island after his historic performance in the men's discus throw. Dakers, who was second behind Daniel Stahl of Sweden, became the first Jamaican to get a podium finish in the event at a major senior championship.
Well, I think for ambitious throwers, the word ambitious, because I think this shows that it can be done, simply that it can be done. We've normally watched, the guys from Germany, Sweden, all different other countries, actually get medals and stuff like that. So for us to actually have someone on the podium, that says a lot, and shows vision.
With concerns being raised over the state of Jamaica's men's sprinting, the coach of 2011 world champion Johan Blake has assured that the 29-year-old still has more to offer. Meanwhile, at least one coach is reiterating the call for some track athletes to try their hand at the field events, given Jamaica's success at the Doha World Championship. We get more in this report.
Patrick Dawson, coach for 2011 100-meter world champion Johan Blake, says the 29-year-old performed up to standard despite the fact that he missed out on a medal at the recently concluded IAAF World Championships in Doha. Blake ended 5th in the 100-meter final in 9.97 seconds, but missed out on a place in the final of the 200 meters.
This performance was up to standard. However, I think it doesn't work out as we had planned, but I'm happy that he was able to go out there and came out injury-free. He decided to double based on the condition his body was in because he was ready. We knew he was ready, but like I said, things just didn't work out.
Meanwhile, triple jumper Shanika Ricketts, who won silver at the championships in Doha, is hoping that the performances of the athletes in the final will help to keep the event in the spotlight. Reports have surfaced that the triple jump may be cut from the 2020 Diamond League as organizers look to spice up the event, and Ricketts says she hopes the performances in Doha will change their mind.
The evening sports will continue in a moment. Stay with us.
My sister's pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy, Massey Stores Pharmacy, where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores, Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
The body moves in many expressive ways. The freedom of movement is often taken for granted until that freedom is restricted by pain. Myers Pain Kill Gel is scientifically formulated to alleviate muscle and joint inflammation. With this gel, you can target the pain in areas where it's needed the most. Bring the joy of movement back into your life with Myers Pain Kill Gel. Available at leading stores and pharmacies in SVG.
Singer is a family store. We sell everything you need for your kitchen and more. Top brands in a
A wide range of furniture.
Right here at Singer.
Affordable beds and mattresses.
Right here at Singer. Washing machines to make your laundry clean and fresh. Singer is a family store
that gives you the best hire purchase deal.
Right here at Singer.
We'll outfit your home.
Right here at Singer. The #1 family store.
It's us with Singer.
Once again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Quartz today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Quartz, bringing value home.
Welcome back. Overland defeated Mount Grenon 4-2 for their first win in Group A of the Hyrule National Lotteries Authority Northeast Football League yesterday afternoon at the Chili Playing Field in Georgetown. 2 goals each by Diomaji Samuel and Jarvis Hoyt secured the win for Overland, while Kimani Peters and Stevon Charles scored a goal each for Mount Grenon. The Caesars Real Estate Hyrule Bay Flo Nafrendem Greg's T20 softball cricket tournament saw several games played over the weekend. In the first game on Saturday, Sion Hill Tallowers defeated Fairburn United Spartans by 135 runs. Tallowers batted first and made 181 runs all out in 16.3 overs. In reply, Spartans made 46 runs all out in 9 overs. Game 2 on Saturday saw Owier Young Strikers get the better of RSVG Police by 67 runs. Young Strikers batting first made 193 runs for 7 wickets in their 20 overs. In reply, RSVG Police scored 126 runs all out in 17.3 overs. Then on Sunday, Extreme Strikers lost to Jackson Trading 1 team by 138 runs. One team batted first and made 201 runs for 3 wickets in their 15 overs. Extreme Strikers then made 63 runs all out in 9.3 overs. Caesars Real Estate Nafrendem in the next game defeated Log Enterprises Supreme Strikers by 63 runs. Nafrendem made 155 runs for 5 wickets in their 15 overs. In reply, Supreme Strikers made 92 runs for 8 wickets in their 15 overs. In the final game of the weekend, Dr. Thomas Injectors were victorious over Rasfakel, defeating them by 5 wickets. Rasfakel scored 108 runs for 7 wickets in their 17 overs. In reply, Dr. Thomas Injectors made 106 runs for 5 wickets in 12.3 overs. And that's how we end sports this evening. We'll be right back to wrap things up.
This is Jake's Kitchen, the most trendy place to customize your kitchen in all of SVG. And when we say trendy, you better believe it's hot. Because we've got the latest in stylish kitchen accessories and fittings at astonishingly available prices. Guaranteed to make your kitchen bling bling. And our new arrivals will do just that. Step up to our showroom, upstairs Caribbean Glass in Kingstown, and make your kitchen the envy of all. When you're customized by Jake's Kitchen, you don't keep up with the neighbors. Oh no, the neighbors better keep up with you.
Once again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Quartz today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Quartz, bringing value home.
This hurricane tip is brought to you by CIBC First Caribbean. Make sure you have food, water, medicine, important documents, and cash in your survival kit.
And now for a second look at the headlines. PM Gonsalves affirms SVG's diplomatic ties with Taiwan. Massive human trafficking bust at a church in Trinidad described as frightening and disturbing. U.S. White House vows to boycott impeachment inquiry against President Trump. And in sports, Trinbago Knight Riders captain Kieran Pollard says last Sunday's playoff win was an ideal boost for the team heading into tomorrow's semi-final clash in CPL 2019. On behalf of all of us here at SVG-TV, thanks for viewing. I am Yvette Bowens. Don't forget to visit our Facebook page for a recap of the news and daily headlines. Also tune in for SVG-TV's News in 15 at 12:45 p.m. weekdays. Have a good evening.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Set for Life is back again. Your favorite game. Win house and land. SUV plus 50 grand. 50 and 25 grand. Second and third prize in your hand. Yeah. So play as much as you can. Monthly prices to be won. Set for Life. A brand new house. Set for Life. A brand new car. Set for Life. $10 for a bet. Live your life with no regrets. Set for Life. Did your day done set? Set for Life. December 28th. Set for Life. Check the lotto machine. Get set for 2019. Set for Life. Live all of your dreams. Be a winner. Turn your own keys. Set for Life.
Once again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Courts today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD, and HBO included. With Flow, it only gets better.